an ad from Michael Hyatt. I don't know if you're familiar with him, but he's big on goal setting. He's big on productivity. He does a lot of coaching and speaking. He's written many books. Very successful man. And I like some of his stuff. I really do. So he showed up. His ad showed up in a feed, and he was promoting a webinar. And it was a webinar. It was a mindset webinar to help you overcome some of the roadblocks, the mental roadblocks that we all face, that we all get from time to time. Guy that's gone through a lot, been there, and achieved a phenomenal amount of success, wants to teach people how to do it. Well, of course, he's a businessman, and he's not going to pay advertising, put himself out there if he weren't making money on the backside. So it's a webinar. You listen to it. You get a lot of value at the end. I'm sure there's a sale and a sell. And if you are interested and you want to buy, then you buy. If you're not, then you turn off the webinar and you're done. And that's kind of the model. People were getting so irritated in this feed, and there were some positive comments. Don't get me wrong, but there were a lot more negative comments than I was expecting on a post like that, because it was a very, it was just, here's help you overcome some mental roadblocks and blah blah blah. Here you go. And people went off on all of these, I would call, politically charged issues, like white supremacy and white privilege, and then there was, some comments about how you just don't understand, I'm a working mother with 3 kids, a single mom, and 2 jobs, and this and that, and, I am totally sympathetic for anyone who's going through challenges, and I would also submit that I am one of those people going through challenges. No, I'm not a single mom working 3 jobs, but everybody has their set of challenges. Some have bigger challenges than others at different times in our lives. That's part of the game of life. I get it. So what my point was, and what was bothering me about it, was everybody would just spew out their negativity and then go about their day. It's like they would just, it's like, the analogy of crabs. Have you ever heard of, if you put crabs in a bucket, they'll never be able to go anywhere, because the ones at the bottom will always pull down the ones trying to climb out. One of them tries to get up, tries to get out of the bucket, everyone else is going to pull them back down. And I feel like sometimes there are people like that in this world who, they're just wanting to pull other people down. I mean, they're down. So why not go on and just post something negative and then move on and try and pull someone else down? Well, it kind of bothered me to the point where I felt like I needed to say something. So this is an ad. This wasn't even a post. It was a sponsored post. It wasn't content from his feed. It was an ad. So I normally wouldn't do this, but I posted some of my comments, kind of like I didn't say this, but I was like shame on you guys for, here's a guy who's successful. If you don't like what he's doing, just keep scrolling. But to stop and just drop a negative comment like that is totally unnecessary. So I spoke my piece, and apparently there were a lot of people that felt the same way. So it's gotten hundreds and hundreds of likes from other people who were like, exactly what I was thinking. So I guess there were a lot of people who kind of felt the same way, but just didn't, for whatever reason, didn't post what I posted. But there was one person, overwhelming majority, by the way, of people that supported my thoughts. They were thinking the same way, like, why are these people so negative? But then there was one person who got on and made a negative jab at my comment, and that was, you're out of touch with reality. I can't remember what it was. So, or the exact wording, something had to do with, you're out of touch with reality or something like that. And so I replied that there's no excuse for negativity. There really isn't. Now, don't get me wrong, and this is the point I want to make. I think this is really important, and this is the point that person understood. Life is hard. It can be hard. We've got challenges. We've got issues. We've got obstacles. Everybody's got a different mixed bag. I'm not going to make a blanket statement saying it's easy for everyone, or that here's the solution, or that your circumstances don't apply in this situation, or anything like that. I am not prejudging anybody. I am simply saying you can do better than negativity, because negativity won't get you anywhere. You can rise above it, no matter what your circumstances are. You can have a positive mindset. That is a choice you can choose things go wrong, and all of a sudden their life just starts shutting down, and it's just, oh, I can't. And I'm like, you know what? You can't control that. And I know this is easy to say and hard to do, and I get it, but I'm still going to say it anyways because the world needs it. You cannot control something. The things you can control, that's where you take action. The things where you can't control, let those go. You can't control it anyways. Doesn't matter. What could you do about it? You can't do anything about it. There's zero control. Then don't even give it another thought. Move along. So people that get on and just post negative comments, my thinking is, look, there are some circumstances in your life you cannot control right now. There are some circumstances in your life that happen because of choices you've made in the past. But you can't go back and change those choices. You can't go back and undo what you've done. It's done. What's done is done. The only thing you can do now is take control of your life right now, moving forward. From this point forward, that's what you have control of. You can't even give it so much as a positive thought. Then what you're doing is taking the little control that you do have and throwing it away. Because instead of looking at your circumstances and looking for the silver lining or the lesson or what do I have going for me? What is right about my life? Not what's wrong with my life. What is right about my life? What can I learn from my past mistakes? Instead of doing that, they do themselves a phenomenal disservice by saying, well, you this, you that, you don't understand my this, or you've never worked in this industry. Why would you say that? People saying those types of things to Michael Hyatt, and all they're doing is becoming a victim, a person who's just blaming everything on their circumstances, and they're not taking ownership, and they're not looking at and saying, okay, I am where I am because of where I am. He is where he is because of choices he's made. From this point forward, if I start doing things different, then maybe years from now or months from now, I can have a different outcome as well. And that's exactly what success is you take ownership for your life and you make changes and improvements, but you don't just drop a negative thought and move on. That's not going to do anybody any good. So stop being a crab. Don't pull people down. If you're in a negative circumstance, if you're down and going through some challenges or whatever, learn from people who are offering. Take some of those free webinars. I mean, there's a lot of great value. You need Michael Hyatt's thinking. You may not agree with him. You may not even like him. That's okay. The guy has achieved a bunch of success. And in order to achieve success, you have to think a certain way. You have to become a certain type of person. Well, it can't be a bad thing to spend a little time with that person. That's the way I think. Now, of course, there's going to be a sell, and of course, he's a business person, and you may not even agree with things, but you know what? It can't be a waste of your time to spend a little time with someone who has achieved a phenomenal amount of success. That's the way I see it. So rather than just going through and making a negative comment, why not open up your mind and expand yourself a little bit? Get outside of your own box and say, maybe, just maybe, spending a little time with this guy or somebody else. If you don't like Michael Hyatt, his nose too big, or you don't like how he combs his hair, I don't care, whatever, that's fine. Then spend time with someone you do like or someone that does have success in your field, in your area. There's so many people out there. They write books, they write articles, they write blogs, they become successful, they turn around and they share. And they build a following. And of course, it's a business model, but there is a lot of value. There's a lot of value that you can get out of free content. And ironically, with this, the people that are making all those negative comments, they're the ones that need it the most. They're the ones that need that webinar more than the rest of the people. And ironically, they're the ones getting on, and they're not going to sign up. They're just there to make a negative comment about their day. So, if you're getting negative people in your life, or if you are a negative person in your life, make some changes. Unfollow. Or if you are one of those, then stop doing it. Stop. Just stop. It gets you nowhere. No one gets to the top by being negative and bringing other people down. All right? And if you do,